On September 10, 2025, news broke that shocked America. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk had been gunned down on a university campus. The very kind of place where he spent his life sparking debates, arguments, and, for many, inspiration. But to truly understand why his death struck such a chord, why it ignited firestorms of grief, outrage, and controversy, we need to rewind. Before the gunfire, before the protests, before the headlines, there was simply Charlie, a young man with a mission to change America's youth. Charlie Kirk was born in 1993 in the suburbs of Illinois, raised in a middle-class family with a simple life. By most accounts, he was just another American kid. He played sports, volunteered, and dreamed of making something of himself. But even as a teenager, Charlie was restless. He wasn't drawn to traditional paths. While others were content to follow the rules, Charlie was asking questions, big questions about government, freedom, and what role young people should play in shaping their future. In 2010, while most of his peers were focused on college applications, Charlie was glued to political talk shows and conservative commentators. Something about the energy of American politics pulled him in, and he knew he wanted a place in it. Charlie enrolled in community college, but it didn't last long. Just months into his studies, he made a radical choice. He dropped out. Most parents would panic. Most students would retreat. But Charlie, he doubled down. At just 18 years old, he founded Turning Point USA. His mission was ambitious: to bring conservative values to high school and college campuses across the country. What started as a tiny group with a folding table and a stack of flyers grew into something much bigger. Charlie had a knack for persuasion, not just with students but with wealthy donors eager to back a rising star. Money poured in, and soon Turning Point USA wasn't just a campus club. It was a movement. By his early 20s, Charlie Kirk was everywhere. His organization spread to hundreds of campuses. He organized conferences that drew thousands of young conservatives. The message was simple but powerful: smaller government, free markets, patriotism, and faith. For his supporters, Charlie was a fresh face, a voice that spoke directly to a generation often overlooked by traditional politics. But for his critics, he was something else entirely: a provocateur, a lightning rod, a man stoking division under the banner of free speech. Charlie Kirk thrived on confrontation. He wasn't afraid to walk into liberal strongholds, college auditoriums, student unions, even hostile rallies. He'd take questions, spar with activists, and challenge professors right in their own classrooms. Clips of these fiery exchanges went viral. He became a regular guest on Fox News. His podcast grew to millions of downloads. And before long, Charlie wasn't just running a campus group. He was one of the most recognizable faces of the conservative movement in America. Supporters called him fearless. Critics called him dangerous. But one thing was clear: he was impossible to ignore. Along with fame came controversy. Charlie Kirk was accused of spreading misinformation. His views on immigration, race, and gender sparked outrage. His events were often met with protests, sometimes peaceful, sometimes violent. Universities debated whether to allow him on campus. Activists accused him of spreading hate. But to his followers, this only proved his point. Free speech was under attack, and Charlie was standing on the front lines. The louder the opposition grew, the more powerful his movement became. But behind the rallies, behind the speeches, the threats also grew louder. And then, on that September day in 2025, the threats became reality. During a campus appearance, gunfire erupted. Charlie Kirk was struck and killed. The news spread in seconds. Supporters wept. Opponents scrambled to respond. And America paused, caught between shock and division. For many, it was the final chapter in a story that had always been larger than life. Charlie Kirk's rise was meteoric. From a restless teenager in Illinois to a national political force, he built an empire on campuses, in the media, and in the hearts of millions. He was loved. He was hated. He was never ignored. And though his life ended violently, his legacy will continue to echo. In every campus debate, in every political battle, in every student who decides that one voice can, indeed, change the future. Charlie Kirk wanted to shape America's youth. In the end, his story became part of America itself. What do you think about the life of Charlie Kirk? Share with us in the comments and kindly give us a follow by subscribing to the channel. See you next time.